Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, May 24th. Got off work and I went and picked up some groceries as well as some dinner from KFC on an order that I now realize was intended for a full family. Well, I guess I'll have some leftovers. And I'd also done a little more painting work as I'm trying to figure out how to paint the HeroQuest figures, because I don't want to really paint them. I want to like just a combination of washes and dry brushes. I'd done the dwarf the other day, washed it with a dark wash, and then dry brushed over it with red, and it just looked kind of grungy. I wasn't happy with it. So today I tried the Barbarian, washing it with the dark wash, and instead of using red, I dry brushed it with orange, which I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to be happy with like an orange top look, but it doesn't look orange to me. It just still looks red, except it looks vibrant instead of looking dull. And so I'm pretty happy with actually how it turned out, I think. So still haven't done anything with the wizard. I might do the same thing on the wizard and just make sure I continue to be happy with it. But yeah, so starting to make decisions on how to color at least the hero figures. I'll have to figure out the green and the white ones as well as we go on. But that's enough about that. It's Tuesday. It is time to watch a movie. And well, I'm pretty sure something's going to disrupt the flow of Harry Potter next week. I think this week I want to just keep going through it. Which is a bit of a decision at this point, because I now have all of the Harry Potter. Remember, part of the goal is pull all of these movies forward. And I'm off of this shelf at this point. But I want to finish the series while I'm in the middle of it. So I'm going to move on to Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, Year 5. Settle in, watch more Harry Potter. Another one that I recall a lot of things being cut from that I cared about, but also that I recall being a beautiful movie and enjoying. So let's settle in and watch Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. And I would give Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix an 8.2 out of 10. From the back of the box, because another box with a description of the movie. Man, they really came up with an idea here about describing their movies, huh? The rebellion begins. Lord Voldemort has returned, but the Ministry of Magic is doing everything it can to keep the wizarding world from knowing the truth, including appointing Ministry official Dolores Umbridge as the new Defense Against the Dark Arts professor at Hogwarts. When Umbridge refuses to teach practical defensive magic, Ron and Hermione convince Harry to secretly train a select group of students for the wizarding war that lies ahead. A terrifying showdown between good and evil awaits in this enthralling film version of the 5th novel in the J.K. Rowling's Harry Potter series. Prepare for battle! First thing I want to do is just address this background here. You see that? It's the same as the Ultimate Edition box, although it also has Neville and Luna flying on brooms. It has, see, here we have Ron and Hermione on a broomstick. That doesn't happen in the movie. They just made this art for the Ultimate Edition like box, and they had like. It took me a while. I'm like, wait a minute, why is Hermione on a broomstick? She hates flying. Oh well. Is what it is. Yeah, the movie's fun. There's definitely some things that are missed. In this movie, the biggest one that comes to mind is is it St. Mungo's Hospital for Magical Maladies? You know, they skip from Arthur being injured to, okay, at break, he is now back at the at Grimmauld Place. But the whole St. Mungo's thing is a great section of the book. Not only do you see some stuff that Arthur is doing, like trying stitches, this Muggle method of trying to cure wounds. What is up with that? But also, we get to see what happened to Neville's parents in one of the most heartfelt and touching sections of the series. And it's cut out of the movie. We also see, what's his face? Lockhart, was it? In the second Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher, who destroyed his own memory. Well, we see what came of him there, too. So it was a nice little section of the book that is missed. Other little things, like I wish that the method for how Grimmauld Place is hidden was disclosed. I wish, for the sake of the future movies, that the cleaning of Grimmauld Place was mentioned. Either of those, whatever. But the hospital I really miss. However, the movie has a lot of good things, and there are certainly things that, you know, that they changed to simplify it, like making Cho be the one to out, you know, Dumbledore's army, because that means that, you know, they can easily split up that couple, you know, make things a little simpler on themselves without involving other characters or anyone being labeled a snitch. But this movie introduces Luna Lovegood. And it is astonishing how far in the series we are before introducing Luna Lovegood compared to how impactful on the story Luna Lovegood is in my brain. She's great. I love her. She's fantastic. And maybe it's because I'm a little crazy myself. But it's definitely a character that I love being there. It also introduces Umbridge, the worst character, who does not get nearly enough comeuppance. And whom, when this book ends, you're like, gee, I hope she never comes back. She's evil. Evil. I don't like her. She's the teacher that hates children. So, that might be... I don't like that. We do also get Bellatrix, who's evil in a lot more interesting way. It therefore makes the character more enjoyable. She'd be crazy. But yeah, so we get through the story of Dumbledore's just ignoring Harry because he doesn't want Voldemort to notice their connection and try and abuse it and take over Harry. But in the end, Voldemort warps Harry's mind anyways, and we end up at, well, kind of the Department of Mysteries. Really, the Department of Prophecies for the most part, and a little bit in the Department of Death. A couple of rooms within the Department of Mysteries. We miss out on a lot of the mysteries. I guess that's another thing that, like, part of me is like, oh man, I missed that, and I miss, like, the battle that's supposed to go on between Voldemort and Dumbledore, although I love the one that we did get as well. It is epic, and it is the one that is the one for Fantastic Beasts to beat when we finally see the battle between young Dumbledore and Grindelwald, assuming we continue that story. But that's the one to beat as far as how exciting it can be. And, you know, odds are good because this movie was directed by David Yates. This is the film where finally David Yates steps in and said, yes, I can spend the rest of my career working on the Wizarding World series. Yes, I'll do that. And so he finished off the Harry Potter movies, and he is the one that so far has directed the Fantastic Beasts movies. So he's got a good eye. Good grasp on the world. I like it. I suppose it just would have been nice to see time, especially for the sake of if ever we like the Department of Mystery's room on time, when all the other time turners get destroyed and such. Particularly if they ever are to actually do Cursed Child. Who knows, eh? There's always talk of it, but otherwise, yeah, beautifully shot, wonderful set decoration, props, wardrobe. The CG on Gorp is not the best. It's just not. And of course, we see the Room of Requirement for the first time that we're aware of. So that is nice. Because it plays a lot of role in the story. This story moving forward, and heck, in the third Fantastic Beasts movie, it even steps in and plays a role there. So very cool. But really, it's seeing the whole relation of how the Wizarding World reacts to Harry shift. And we've gone from a couple of movies ago when they're all like, oh, you know, we don't arrest people for blowing up their ants, to you defended yourself against someone trying to suck out your and your cousin's soul. We're gonna arrest you for that. So yeah, they definitely shifted the perception that the Wizarding World has had, and obviously moving forward as well, as, you know, once, you know, at the end of this one, we go to Voldemort is now known to everyone. So things are going to start changing again. Just these shifts, and in the movies, the shifts seem so rapid and just sudden. The books, they're a lot more detailed, and you see more about them, but they do enough to pay homage to those kind of shifts in the movies, and just you see aspects of it. But yeah, Harry Potter, making our way through. Series that I've gone probably a little too long without rewatching. For tonight, I will call it a night, because it's late. I'm tired. Thank you for joining me, and joining me as my journey continues. Bye.